The problem with most salespeople whom I meet is they've never been trained. Or if they were trained, it was a long time ago and they haven't really updated what is most effective. So if you do listen to these videos and take notes and apply what you learn about consultative selling, you know you'll raise a lot more money and close more deals than you are now. Now, maybe you're saying, well, how would I know? I'll tell you what I know. I've done this for 40 years, and I've had over $1 billion in sales through my clients. So I know this works. This isn't a guess, like, gee, maybe if you try this. I know for a fact it works. I know my colleagues who do consultative selling also with their prospects and clients are some of the most successful salespeople and millionaires I've met in my life. So now it's up to you to follow it. Consultative selling isn't about pushing product. It's about asking better questions. It's about listening more effectively, paying attention, taking notes, and really showing the client or prospect that you genuinely, sincerely care about their needs. Now, this isn't new. Consultative selling has been out for close to 50 years. It's just that a lot of people haven't been trained on it. So that won't be your excuse anymore. Because if you know the better questions to ask, and yes, I will gladly send you a list for your industry if you ask. It's really what I'd like to be as a resource for you and my clients. So if you know the best questions to ask, to really dig deeply and so that you understand what your client or prospect is dealing with, now with all your years' experience, you can easily come up with a solution after you've listened. You've heard me talk about this before. When you go to see a doctor or a nurse, practitioner, they will sit with you and ask you, what brings you here? What are the challenges? What are you facing? What are the ailments? I can help you with a lot of things. I just have to know what's bothering you and for how long. And perhaps what's your ultimate goal? So I went in for physical therapy for my Achilles. And the physical therapist asked me a very simple question. Actually, several simple questions. What happened? How long ago? And what's your goal? So I explained how long ago it was, what happened. I said, my ultimate goal is to walk 5 miles at the beach where we live and be pain-free. Just to walk with my wife and have fun. Now you see, in a sense, she was acting in a consultative way. She wasn't selling me anything except maybe her therapy, but she wanted to understand more instead of just saying, okay, let's just start with a variety of therapies that have worked for other people. She didn't even know the problem, right? So it's the same with sales reps. When they walk in to push a product, there is no background on what the client or the prospect needs because they never asked. Don't fall into that glitch. You know better now because you've watched this video and you know about asking really good questions and probing and then pausing and saying, let me make sure I understand everything you just said. And then you repeat what they said back and they will either say, absolutely, you got it, or, well, I meant this really, which is just slightly off what you just explained. So when you do things like that, when you have conversations like that, you really build trust. And when there's trust, there are sales. Because without trust, it's not going to happen. You'll get plenty of excuses and reasons why they're not ready to move forward. But it comes down to trust.